Hey everyone, it's Em of TGSTS. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. In this episode, Mo and I talk about the upcoming election. You guys, we are less than 2 weeks out from November 5th. In this episode, we talk about what is going on with black men this election cycle. This is our Dear Black Men episode. We talk about trends and videos we've seen on social media. We talk about whether or not America is ready to vote for a woman as their commander-in-chief. And we just have general freakouts about what's going on and how we're going to handle election night. Listen in and let us know how you feel about the upcoming election. Because every time they are asked the reasoning, there are no reasons, no solid reasons for their support of Trump or their dislike of Kamala. And
First of all, they were discredited because they were saying that Kamala locked up all these black men and all that stuff. Then they said, what else did they say? Kamala didn't think about them. So this whole black male agenda was an afterthought. And so they felt left out, like they're not being heard. They're really feeling like they're not getting enough attention.
Hey, Momo.
Hey, MM.
Oh, I like that. MM. How's it going?
All right. How you doing?
I'm okay, a little under the weather, but I'm glad to be here with you.
Me too. I'm glad you're here.
Yay!
Something to be
Oh.
glad about.
Ugh. We still in a funk? Are we still in a funk?
I'm just counting down the days to the election. You've been counting down. How many days are we?
I don't even know, actually. I was like, ooh, let me look that. I have no idea. It's in the teens, which is
It's
scary.
Still in the teens? Oh, okay. I thought it was 10 days away.
Oh, is it? Don't even tell me that. Is it? Oh my gosh. I'm scared. 13 days. Ooh, magic 13. Lucky 13? Is 13 lucky?
So
yeah,
less
13
than
days.
two weeks away.
Oh, okay. So hopefully that goes quick. That's fast. It's here.
Well, you look excited about it.
I am. I mean, it's not that long to wait. So I feel like there's hopefully a resolution or an end in sight. Maybe. Sort of.
No in the sight here, guys. I heard that here in Pennsylvania that they don't count the mail-in ballots until the 5th. So, or the
yeah, they hold them. They hold them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they do that everywhere. They're supposed to hold them. They've received millions everywhere.
Yeah.
I heard that like this is just like record numbers at this point that they've received, but they can't count them, tally them. They have to hold them until then. So I don't know how they're supposed to count all these.
Right? I think it matters here because this is a swing state.
Yeah. Ooh.
So we shall see.
How is it living in a swing state?
Horrible. Did I send you a picture of my mail?
Yes.
All I do is get mail. So much mail. I need to turn that off. If anyone knows how to turn that off, let me know. I do not want it.
Just like flyers?
Flyers, postcards from people thinking they did something, volunteering to write a postcard. Make me sick.
And it's from everybody. It doesn't matter if you're like a registered anything.
Trump. It's mostly Trump. I'm not registered anything. I have no party. And I'm still getting all this stuff. That's probably why.
Why you're getting everything. Yeah.
I'm getting everything mostly from Trump, though. I got to say, Trump's really going hard.
Put the cash out there.
He has like a zombie Kamala fire I got. Yeah, there's
really.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy. Zombie. I feel like, is that, I don't know, whatever. I'm not surprised anymore. I feel like stuff isn't professional. I don't know if that's the word, but things are it's just whatever.
It's a free for all right now.
It really is. It's what, I mean, the other day he was at a rally talking about Arnold Palmer's junk and how big it was. And I'm like, what?
I heard something about that.
Happening?
I didn't know why they were talking about. Okay.
Who knows?
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just like, okay, 13 days, please, just bring it, please, because this is it. We're losing it. We're off the rails, people.
We are
Off the rails.
And Kamala I don't know. It's just like it seems like she's losing the black men.
Oh, well, yeah, I've seen that too. I mean,
Is it true?
we've tried to figure this out. And I know that finally Barack has been starting to, come stump for her and like talk
Hmm.
to, different communities, whatever. And he came out, I think last week in Philly and specifically addressed black men. And it wasn't received very well. And I don't know, a lot of black
People
men
got
were
in their
upset.
feelings.
Yes, they were like, I don't like being talked to that way.
Hmm.
I felt chastised, whatever.
They felt sunned,
But you know that saying, a hit dog hollers. So, I mean, if you
right?
felt some kind of way, he was probably talking to you. So, I mean, I don't know. Um, I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people in their feelings, and this is not the time to be emotional and being hurt or I don't know what they're
Yeah.
feeling. Uh
Nobody cares for like a little kid.
That's
Nobody cares
not
for
what you were about to say.
what? Yes, it was.
No, but you know what? Okay, because we've talked about this too, and you're allowed to have your feelings. So I don't want to
Hmm.
be like invalidating and things like that. But it seems, I don't want to say inconvenient, but it seems kind of like you know when children, they know when to throw a temper tantrum. They
Hmm.
know when it's like they could do it at home or they can do it in front of everybody. So they know you can't show out the way you need to show out and that you have to
Hmm.
like, okay, Timmy, let's go. We're gonna do instead of whooping their, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's I don't know, but this seems ridiculous because every time they are asked the reasoning, there are no reasons, no solid reasons for their support of Trump or their dislike of Kamala. And I
First
don't
of all,
get
they
it.
were discredited because they were saying that Kamala locked up all these black men and all
Right?
this stuff. Then they said, what else did they say? Kamala didn't think about them, so this whole black male agenda was an afterthought, and so they felt left out, like they're not being heard. They're really feeling like they're not getting enough attention. And I want to know, is this everybody? Like, is this just a small minority and they're blowing it up? Because that happened with Stacey Abrams, where people were
Mm-hmm.
making it like, oh, black men don't support Stacey Abrams, and then
It
84%
wasn't true.
of yeah, black men voted for Stacey Abrams.
So this could
So
be a media issue for sure. But
yeah.
it's also social media though,
Mm,
because social media shows us people are out here, sharing their opinions and stuff.
yeah.
So it's not just like whatever mainstream media or whatever. Um, but people are putting their opinions out there and they're sharing that. And there's a lot of reels and YouTube stuff, and people are saying, that they won't support a woman for one. And
Yeah.
we've flat out heard that. And
I
I
think
mean,
that's
I
the
don't
number
know.
one thing because I know I follow some people on YouTube and
Uh-huh.
they're, go back to her and what was his name? Willie or whatever
Willie Brown.
with the former mayor and
Uh-huh.
all and her dating and calling her a
Like
hoe.
it's relevant. That is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like why is everybody so caught up on that? And if she did,
Yeah, but nobody
so
cares
now
about
what?
Trump and his non-consensual stuff. Nobody cares
With a
about that.
13-year-old. Why is nobody talking about that? I love it because a lot of people bringing the heat for Diddy. Trump did the
Mhm.
same stuff.
Right?
He's got some stuff with a 13-year-old on Epstein Island. Is nobody talking about that?
What? I didn't even
Why
know
is
about
nobody talking?
that.
Katie Johnson, look it up. She's a Jane Doe in the court filings. Look it up. It's outside the statute of limitations, so everybody likes to say, "Oh, well, if it's not criminal court, it doesn't count." Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. But if you have feelings about protecting our children, like everybody likes to say, then look at your Messiah or whoever it is that you got leading you.
Right? Some people have said they aren't going to vote. So it's not even that they're going to vote for Trump. They're just not going to vote because they feel like Kamala doesn't support them and Trump isn't an option.
But
So
you know what?
I wonder if that's better
Why does it have to be about supporting you?
because it's selfish.
Yeah, what is it about you? This I don't know if it's just my head, or maybe I'm just a little like rose-colored glasses kind of person, but this right and this exercise of voting isn't just about you. It's not. It
Mhm.
really is bigger than you. It's not about what are you doing for me? It's not about you're not supporting me. It's about what can be done for this community, for this country, for democracy, for advancing us as a people. That's what voting is about. I don't think it's about what can I get my $1,200 check? Like that's not what this vote is bigger than that. And I think that people are so short-sighted. And if you want to look at it, like, people didn't vote for Hillary because they didn't like her. They thought that she was calculated and she was too ambitious and she was, X, Y, and Z, whatever. Look what happened. Three Supreme Court justices, Dobbs'
Mhm.
decision overturned Roe v. Wade. You had January 6th happen. All this stuff happened because you thought she was power hungry.
But they don't care about those issues, so doesn't mean anything to
That's
them.
crazy. That's
And
but
they,
but the women who decided they couldn't vote for her for those
yeah.
reasons, or they had to go follow behind their husbands and vote however they wanted to vote. Look at what you did now.
Hmm.
So you have a miscarriage, and now you can't get a DNC, and you in a parking lot dying because you couldn't
Hmm.
vote for Hillary. I mean, just your votes have consequences, and you got to think bigger than just you today, because it's bigger than just you today. Um,
But another thing
yeah.
they say is that, and I agree with this to an extent, is that the Democrats have taken them for granted for too long, that they've been they're supposed to vote Democrat no matter, vote blue no matter who, and they're not seeing any kind of progress in their communities. So they want to know, why am I going to, insanity is doing the same thing over again and expecting different results.
Hmm. What kind of progress are they looking for?
I guess not the incarceration rates to lower, poverty to lower, more opportunities for business, more opportunities for education. I don't know.
I mean, because there has been progress. Are we talking about in the last 10 years, 30 years, 50 years? Like,
They're
what are we
saying
looking at?
forever.
Well, but I mean, are we being honest with ourselves? We haven't seen progress at all.
I don't know.
I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I feel some type of way when people say there
The
has been no
progress that they
progress.
can vote for Trump, that's the progress.
Progress where you could go to a Trump rally and get jumped by everybody. Because
Did that
you ain't
happen?
supposed to be there. Yeah, that video. Did you see that?
No,
I'll
send
send
me
it to
that,
you.
please.
Yeah. These two black men got jumped by hella MAGA people, and they over there like, we got our MAGA hats too. No, you got jumped. I don't know what
Nah.
started it, but they got jumped. So,
Uh,
mm,
Welp,
tomfoolery. Hmm.
I can't even say, but we've seen these. What was his name? That pimp talking about he will never vote for a woman, and
Oh, that
I've
video
yeah,
in the
I've
car.
seen, yeah, that all over social media. People saying they'll never vote for a woman, they'll never vote for Kamala, and that's the only thing I can think of is that she's a woman. People really don't want a woman as president. And I think that's what happened with Hillary Clinton. And that's what's happening now is there's some lack of trust. I don't know what it is. People don't see women as leaders still in 2024. So that's a lack of progress that we're still having to make this argument
That's nuts.
that she's a capable leader, that she has a record that shows she's a capable leader, but nobody cares because she's a
She's
woman.
a woman. And the crazy thing is, a lot of the things that they talk about with her has nothing to do with her accomplishments or the
Hmm.
decisions she's made. It's, oh, she cackles. Or how could you listen to her voice? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
the way she talks. It's like, though,
Did you see that guy
what?
said she had a wig? Corey Holcomb, the comedian,
I
talking
didn't
about she
see
has
that.
a wig and he's not voting for
And if
anybody
she
with a
did,
wig.
you know what I mean? Like, these things are so,
Yeah.
I mean, he probably has a wig. He wears a diaper, for crying out loud. We gonna vote for a man who has to sit on a shit pad while he's on Fox and Friends? Like
Not a pad.
what? I mean, it was like a chuck pad, or what do they call it? I mean, you could. Well, I don't know. I'll post it on the Instagram or something. You can zoom in. He's
Can't
sitting
mess
on
up
a,
the white sofa.
yeah, sitting on a doo doo pad. I mean, this is a mess. This is really a mess, and I don't know how we are here. This doesn't. It seems like a joke. Like someone's trolling us big time.
Yeah. And I don't
Uh,
think there's anything you can say. I don't think there's anything she can do to convince these people who are set against her. But I also believe it's a small percentage, and I'm not going to believe that that's the majority. However, I sent it to you earlier that the young black men are really going towards Trump. 25% of young black men voters are voting for Trump, and that out of 13% of black people.
What's young? Like
Um,
18 to 25?
18 to 25.
I wonder what's drawing them to that.
Is it TikTok? I'm not
Like a
on the TikTok.
masculinity or something?
The
Like
Red
what
Pill
is it?
Society,
Hmm.
feeling their manhood was taken away. Maybe it was COVID.
Yeah, because they were kids when Trump was president. So like
Hmm.
what? I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. That's a Gen Z. Is that what that is?
I think
Alpha?
so.
I don't know what these generations are anymore. There's too many generations. I don't know. But I think the majority of black men are in support um of Kamala Harris. And I think the majority of black men do support black women. Like I
Hmm.
do. But I think that there's just like a loud minority of men who are just being obnoxious.
And
And
what's
it's
this
just
thing?
crazy.
What's this whole agenda thing? Why do we have to have an agenda for black men? Why do we have
Yep.
to grovel for black men?
Good
They want
question.
us on our knees begging for votes.
Yeah. That's a good question. I don't understand. Trump, does Trump have one? No. So I don't understand why she's got to try and curry favor and what? Like I, I don't understand. The double standard is crazy to me. It's crazy. The amount of education and the thoughtfulness put into the things she says and the plans that she's put in place versus just whatever that is on the other side. And
Hmm.
still the amount of criticism and being picked apart that she receives versus praise for putting French fries in a bag performatively. You know what I mean? Like I just
Now they're
I
saying
can't.
something about, did you see this? Something about she misspoke at church.
Okay.
Did you
And
hear
said
about
what?
this?
No.
Something about, where is it?
She was at
She,
a church though. I don't think Trump's seen the inside of a church in a minute. Not that that matters,
right?
but if you're claiming to be Christian, I guess that matters.
Spelling
But
out the black church. Black church disrespects God by allowing Kamala Harris on the pulpit after Jesus is Lord mishap. I don't know what that's about, but it's a video.
I don't
But
know either.
it's from another one of those channels that is against the black
I
men
mean,
against Kamala.
oh, good grief. I really don't. And I think it's I think black women are getting fed up and it's tiring because we there was a poem I shared with you I found on like I don't know, Instagram, TikTok somewhere.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Um the spoken word. It was a woman in like a green
Oh,
top and white
yes.
shorts. Yeah. And she was talking about all these things that black women do to lift up the community, raising the children on their own oftentimes, working so many jobs, highly educated, trying to advance the community, advance themselves, most employed, I guess, most educated, always, leading the movements. If there's something, a protest going on or something going on, they're leading the movements. They're doing all these things. And you trust black women to do these things, but you can't trust a black woman to lead this country. You can't
Mm-hmm.
trust a black woman enough to vote for her. Yet you trust her enough to leave all your babies with her and run out and go wherever you want to go, or you know I don't know, leave your elderly in her care, or I mean, just all these things. But this is
Yeah.
where we draw the line. You're not good enough for this, and it's. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, was that the one where she was saying, "Why can't you vote for me?"
Yeah, yeah. It's just interesting,
And
and I
there's a
wonder what that is. Like why that is.
is it a bitterness against their mothers? There's some kind of bitterness going on that I can't place. Hurt.
They can't punch down on anybody. I mean, they. I feel like there is, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna say it. We've always talked about a hierarchy. Um, in race and gender. There is a
Mm.
hierarchy. We talked about it in dating, we talk about it just in general. Um, and where it falls is probably like if we're just talking about black and white people, white man, white woman, black man, black woman. That's just kind of the way that works,
Mm.
I think. I mean, I don't know. But the more that things look equal or the more that things look like, hey, maybe, Black women are more educated now than us. They're out
Mhm.
earning us. All of this stuff, like that might be the disorienting, emasculating thing. That might be the
Mm.
thing that they're just like, I don't, what about us? Like
Yeah.
that type of a feeling. I mean, I don't know. And so we can't allow this. We can't support this
They
because we're
flip
being left
every
behind.
they flip every debate. Most educated, they took it to say most enrolled and most student debt. They just try to find a way to just flip all of those statistics around. It's interesting to hear because I always wonder, why are you so focused on flipping those statistics around? What's the threat about a Black woman's success?
Because
What's the threat?
juxtaposed against a Black man's failure is what it looks like. I think that's
Ooh,
that's the way they're looking at it for
yeah.
every as if it's pie, right? That's how they're looking
Hmm.
at it. Um, I saw this. It was like a town hall or some kind of a panel with Roland Martin, and he had several people on, and he was speaking about the difference between Black men and Black women. He said from an early age, um, discipline, um, all of the detentions, etc., are the same between Black girls and Black boys.
Hmm.
And because the Black men on the panel kept bringing up the school to prison pipeline and how
Hmm.
that disproportionately affects Black men. And he said, well, let me challenge you on that because little Black girls get in trouble just as much as little Black boys do in school.
Hmm.
So why is it that they don't continue that on through life? They go on to be college educated, master's degrees, become lawyers, become this, they move on they have a different trajectory. What's
Hmm.
happening with the Black boys, later Black men, that they're diverging that way when they
Hmm.
start off at the same place. Um, and it was almost like he was kind of, I mean, he's a Black man. I mean, he was kind of checking them, kind of like, well, explain it because y'all start at the same point. So
Hmm.
what's different? Um, and that would be an interesting thing to have a discussion on, I guess. I mean, there was no answer. It was
Oh,
like
okay. It's just
resources or support or whatever. And it's like, well, I mean, do Black women have more resources than Black men? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't
I don't
know.
know the statistics. Last I heard, Black men still make more than Black women, so in the workplace. So be happy about that. Sheesh.
Yeah.
But like I said before, and I'll continue to say, I don't believe this is true. I think this is a small, loud minority
Hmm.
that we're hearing, and that when it comes time to vote, that Black men will show up for Kamala.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
think that's what's going to happen. This small minority will be loud until the end, but they're not the people who are out here actually going to vote.
Right. I wonder if they would even show up to vote. They
Hmm.
talking and stuff. Are they the type motivated to actually go and vote? Because
Probably not.
that first day, Black woman for Kamala, or they raised so much money. The next day, Black men and they raised a ton of money too. So there is a
Hmm.
large number of Black men who are definitely in support and have been, supporting, fundraising, doing all the work. So I mean,
Hmm.
it's definitely not all Black men or even a majority. Yeah, it's a small loud number.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I,
understand feeling taken for granted and feeling like your needs aren't met. But like you said, it's one, you have to think about everybody and yourself. So if you're not thinking about the community and you're just thinking about, oh, I just want another check that was passed by Congress, like,
yeah, a Democratic Congress.
yeah,
Trump didn't
then
even want to give that money out.
we're not gonna get anywhere. But
And
if you
not
think
only
about,
that, but like look at your own interests. Like the
mhm,
one you're jumping ship for, what's he going to do for he really does. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. If it was a different candidate, maybe I could be like, okay, well, I mean, maybe, but this dude is literally like endorsed by the KKK, white nationalists, David Duke. Like, I don't, I don't understand the logic
that
behind that.
part,
It doesn't, if it was another candidate, sure, but this one,
why isn't anyone talking about Kamala wanting to legalize marijuana?
I don't know.
You
I
would
don't know.
think that would be a big deal, but nobody's really talking about it.
Is that is that something she proposed like for the black male agenda? And
Yeah,
how do you
because
and how do you feel about that?
I think she did it because of the men who are in prison.
Incarcerated. Yeah.
Yeah, based on
Yeah.
marijuana charges. So
Because
I
they're
can understand that.
disproportionately uh picked up for that. Is that
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're, like cocaine has a less, is punished less than crack,
Yeah, yeah,
marijuana.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
those
right.
types of things.
Yeah.
So it's for the
Wow.
black men, but it's really for everyone. And then not just legalizing it, I think, but offering people opportunities to
Business.
get in the business.
Right.
Yeah.
Those
So
loans.
so that's opportunity, especially right now. It's hard to break through into the cannabis industry. I don't know. I just think it's interesting that nobody's talking about that. And that's something that is crosses color lines.
Yeah. I think there's a lot. I think there's so much noise that's being talked about. That's not important. That's not helpful, and it's filling up the conversation when there is stuff that isn't like the cannabis discussion, or like some of the valuable like history. Like there was a video I saw of Kamala on a panel, god, maybe 20 years ago. It was a young Kamala, but she was a DA or something at the time, and she was talking about law enforcement and how
Mhm.
the black community wants law enforcement and how we can change it to work for the community as opposed to fighting and being, against each other.
Mhm.
Work on it. And this is, I think, where she talked about her program that she put in place. uh I forgot what it was called, that kind of worked to end recidivism and to help men coming out of incarceration find jobs, get training, that
Mhm.
type of stuff, so that they wouldn't reoffend. And so, I mean, I think if they really are genuine in asking what has she done for black men, they would see what
Mhm.
she has done for black men. Um, and if it was a genuine question and we presented this information, they would see it. But I don't think it's genuine. I don't think that they care.
You could have a bullet point list of 100 bullet points,
PowerPoint.
and they would still find a way to say, nope, nothing for me. Nope. Because they don't want to support her because she's a woman. That's all it is. It could
What
be
can you
any woman,
do?
they wouldn't want to support her.
What
So
can you do with that, though? Can you do anything with that?
nope. Just ignore it. I think like we're talking about it just because it's been in our faces for so long that we want to talk about it and just understand that it's not everybody. It's not the majority,
Right.
but it's that loud minority, that's vocal minority that's out here making all this noise, talking about they hate Kamala.
Well, they don't say Kamala, they say Kamala or some other
Kamala.
name
They
or
do that
some
on
other name.
purpose too. Kamala.
Kamala. They say anything but Kamala.
Yeah.
And if they say Kamala,
Kamala.
they change it real quick because they're like, oh, I said it right.
Mhm.
Let me say it wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. I
You
noticed
see how
that
they do that? It's the
too.
disrespect for me. That's what it is. It's the disrespect. That's what intentional. That's all they're trying to do is
Mm.
just put extra disrespect. And I think also they're a small, loud minority, but I think also we need to kind of make sure that the quiet minority of white women who were too afraid to do what they were supposed to do or whatever they did act right, like
Yeah.
vote the way you're supposed to vote or whatever. And I think so. I think a lot of women after like after seeing what happened in 2022 when the states started voting on their abortion laws and stuff, like people
Mhm.
were came out. And so I'm interested to see what's going to happen this time versus how 2016 went down.
I'm
'Cause I
hoping
think people are tired.
these polls are just wrong because how is it so close?
How do they even poll?
How?
Like, I don't know. How can you put faith in a poll? Like, who are the
I
sample
don't.
people? How do you do that? Like, how?
It's supposed to be registered voters to get the accurate polls, but I don't even think they're doing that anymore. They're just polling any
Yeah.
random person. People might not even be registered to vote.
And how could they be so different?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, how could some have like such big? I mean, it's just I don't know. So
It's
I
who
haven't been
funds
listening
the
to polls.
polls and
Yeah.
they question and all this. It's
Right.
BS.
Yeah.
It's a crapshoot right now.
So
But it's sad
13.
that it's a crapshoot.
13 days. 13 days and we
13
don't have to worry. Well, I mean, so what do you think? Like, how are we going to be in 13
We
days?
only have 2 more weekends left.
What day is election day? It's a Tuesday, right?
It's a
It's
Tuesday,
always a
yeah.
Tuesday.
Hmm.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, okay, okay.
The 5th, right? The
Yeah,
5th.
the 5th. Ooh, ooh.
I
I'm just trying to think like
think
the
that
rest of
went
the week. I got a
well.
lot going on the rest of that week. Got my child's birthday and some sports things going on. Oh Lord.
We
It
will
better
not
be a
be
good
live
week.
that night.
No. We may
I
be on FaceTime or something.
I will not have composure. I'll be nervous, most likely. We'll see.
Yes. I don't know if I can even watch TV though. I don't even know that I want to be watching that. Right? Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna be watching
I
Penguin
will.
or
I will be
something.
watching. I will be. Who am I kidding? I will be watching.
You'll be giving me updates.
I will. I'll be harassing you in the group text and y'all will be like, leave me alone. But you know what? You guys will be watching too. It's just like when we're watching the debates. We're like,
Hmm.
oh, no, I'm not going to do it. And then all three of us are on watching the debates talking about, no, he didn't say this. Oh, she did this. It's, oh,
There's
ooh,
nothing to watch though. What are we gonna be watching? This
we
numbers
live for
change.
this. I don't know. I don't know.
We should have a
And we're
party,
dry. We're dry too. You're not going to be drinking.
right?
I don't drink.
Can't
What is
drink,
we
can't do
going to do? Ice
nothing.
cream? We can do ice cream shots. Shot, shot, shot,
I
shot,
might need
shot.
some caffeine or something.
Oh, it's going to be late for you.
Hmm.
Oof. Oof.
I don't even want to think about it. It makes my stomach hurt.
It does.
And I'm in a
Makes
swing
my
state
stomach hurt.
too. Oh,
Oh. Oh. Oh, there's some other stuff we got to talk in another episode that's been making my stomach hurt. Maybe we'll talk about it on the live or something. But some of
okay.
these states are acting funky. These states acting funky.
What? Like what?
So, Tennessee, we'll talk about it later. We
Tennessee,
can't start it now. Ooh,
Tennessee, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Oh. Now I got to listen to that song. Oh.
Eh.
Anyways,
Anyways, any other thoughts?
uh no. I'm just trying to keep it zen. I just dumped everything out of my brain right now. I'm trying to chill.
I feel better than I thought I would being 13 days out.
Yeah.
I'm not
You're
losing
smiling.
control. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, you got a
smiling
smile.
in
Yeah.
spite of crying. So
Oh, you looking cute today.
you looking
That's
cute today with your fancy fleece on. Fancy
fancy
fleece.
fleece. It's cold up in here. Whew.
All right, girly
All
girl.
right. Okay.
2 more weeks. See
I
ya.
know. Keep it together. Bye.